Hi, this is Ajay Anand and welcome to Science Classes from excelup.com. In this lesson, you will learn about leaf. You will learn about the basic structure of leaf, then you will learn about different types of leaves, and you will learn about the modification of leaves. And this lesson has been taken from class 11th biology. The leaf develops at the node and bears a bud in axial. Okay, this is the structure of a typical leaf. So the widest portion of the leaf is called leaf blade or lamina. Then there is a stalk at the base of the leaf, and this is called petiole. And this is axillary bud, the bud in the axial. This later develops into branches. There is another structure which appears like a spine, but it is softer than a spine, and this is called stipule. In some of the plants, the leaf stalk or petiole is swollen at the base, and this is called pulvinous. Okay. Now, let us try to understand about venation. The arrangement of veins in a leaf is called venation, and there are two types of venation. One is called parallel venation and another is called reticulate venation. So, when the veins and its branches and sub branches, they make a network like structure, it is called a reticulate venation. When the veins do not have branches, rather all of them they are parallel to each other, it is called parallel venations. Parallel venation is the norm in monocot plants, and reticulate venation is the norm in dicot plants. Types of leaf. There are two types. One is called simple leaf and another is called compound leaf. So, what is the difference? Let us see. When the lamina is entire, or if incision is present, then incisions they do not touch the midrib, then it is called a simple leaf. This is the best example. So, the lamina is entire, the leaf blade is entire, there is no cut. In this case, there are incisions or cuts on the leaf blade, but these incisions they do not reach the midrib. Okay. So, for example, in the leaves of grapes or maple leaves, they are examples of simple leaf with some incision. Now, in case of compound leaf, the incisions they reach the midrib. Okay. So, instead of a single leaf, you will observe many leaflets. For example, this is the diagram of leaf of neem. So, what happens? These structures they are not leaves, rather they are leaflets, because this stalk or what appears like a stem is not exactly a stalk, it is the midrib, and in case of compound leaf this is called rachis. Okay. So, what happens on either side of the rachis there are many leaflets. Okay. Now, how to identify? So, you will observe that in case of a leaf there will be an axillary bud at the base of the petiole. Okay. So, there is a single axillary bud and there is a single leaf. There are so many leaflets, but no axillary buds can be seen. The axillary bud is present at the base. So, this gives the clue that it is a compound leaf instead of a simple leaf. Okay. Now, compound leaves they are of two types, pinnately compound and palmately compound leaves. So, when leaves emerge in alternate fashion on the midrib from different points, then it is called the pinnately compound leaf. When leaflets they emerge from a single point, from a common point, then the leaf is called palmately compound. Okay. Phylotaxi. The arrangement of leaves on the main axis is called phylotaxi. Okay. So, there are three types: alternate, opposite and whorled. So when a single leaf arises from each node in alternate fashion, then the phylotaxy is called alternate. So one leaf is arising from this node, another leaf is arising from this node, then third one from here, fourth from here, fifth from here, and so on. Examples of alternate phylotaxy are China rose, mustard, and sunflower. When two leaves arise from each node, then the arrangement is called opposite phylotaxy. For example, guava. When more than two leaves emerge from a single node, then the arrangement is called world phylotaxy. And the example is Alstonia. So I don't know what is an Alstonia, but you can see similar looking leaves in a garden or in a park. You can easily find them. Modifications of leaves. There are many modifications, and here are some examples. So for example, modification for modification for conservation of water. Then also there are modifications for defense. So in this case, the leaves, they modify into spine-like structures. So on the one hand, they prevent herbivores from damaging the plants, and on another, these shrunken leaves, they help in preventing transpiration. So they help in preventing loss of water, and this kind of adaptation is seen in plants which live in desert, for example cactus. So these are leaves, and this leaf-like structure is modified stem. This is succulent, fleshy, and green, and this carries out photosynthesis also. This also helps in conservation of water. In acacia, what happens? The leaf stalk or petiole is modified into phyllote, and the small leaves, they appear at the end of the phyllote. So this phyllote is a fleshy structure. This is succulent. So any structure, any modified structure of stem or leaf, which is succulent and juicy, which helps in preventing loss of water, is called phyllote. So this is seen in acacia. Such structures, they are also seen in some aquatic plants like water hyacinth, where the swollen base of the leaf stalk, it helps the plant in floating on water. Leaves are also modified into tendrils for providing support to climbers and creepers. For example, in a plant of grape, or in some pea plants, the tip of the leaves, they get modified into tendrils. Then some of the leaves, they modify into showy bract. The example is bougainvillea. It's a good example. In case of a plant of bougainvillea, what appears like colorful flower is not a flower, rather they are modified leaves, and the flowers are these small structures which appear within these showy bracts. The purpose of the showy bract is to attract insects for pollination. In case of onion, there are fleshy leaves, and they have been modified for storage of food. So the overall structure of onion is called bulb, and that is a modified stem. But once you will cut open the onion longitudinally or even horizontally, you will see different layers of thick juicy structures, and these layers, they are called fleshy leaves. They are modified leaves. In case of Venus flytrap and pitcher plant, the leaves are modified into traps, different kinds of traps. So in case of pitcher plants, the leaf is modified into the shape of flask, and this flask, it traps the insects. In case of Venus flytrap, these appear like traps. They trap the fly. So that is how different modifications of leaves, they serve different purposes. That's all for this lesson. Thank you.